Hey, Ted.
Hey, Verge.
Hey, we are 5 weeks away from WrestleMania, and hey, let's throw our predictions out there.
Yeah, let's do it.
SpotFest. And Ted, like you said, always, the WrestleMania is the Grammys of wrestling. So, who do you think is going to win Record of the Year point guard?
I have no idea. I think it's over.
You think it's... And you are right. But we're talking about WrestleMania, and we are 5 weeks out. And hey, Ted, who do you think is going to be Universal Champion at the time?
Universal Champion at the time of recording this is Kevin Owens, and he's going at Fastlane against Goldberg.
Yes, he is, unfortunately.
Oh, boy. So, I mean, I guess that writes itself.
That writes itself. So you're saying Goldberg versus Lesnar for the championship?
Unfortunately, unless they swerve us all and it ends up being Jericho, but I mean that would be actually a lot better.
Jericho and Owens for the Universal?
The booking's been going on for months now, right?
Yep. Well, since SummerSlam, so yeah.
Yeah, almost like a half a year.
Almost
that's over a half.
That's
a year.
over half a year. That's like 7 months.
This is that's the payoff I want to see. I want to see those two tear it down. We're wrestling fans. How much wrestling do we get from Goldberg and Lesnar? We'll get like 2 spears, an F5, another F5, some Paul Heyman banter.
Of course.
How long, honestly, Verge, how long do you think they'd go?
See, this is what I'm worried about. If they have the championship, I think it's almost guaranteed that they're going to close the show.
100%.
And I don't see a squash match as the main event of WrestleMania.
And what we'll get to in a minute is what I want to close the show.
Okay. Let me finish this up right here.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't see Goldberg going more than 12 minutes, honestly. He's never had a match more than 12 minutes.
And we need to include the entrances on that. It's WrestleMania. And if they close the show, these two better do something cool. I mean, Goldberg's going to have his police, obviously.
How many police? 40? Holy. I bet he has the entire...
At least 63.
The entire Orlando State, or Orlando City police, all of them.
Yeah, and that's including, like, Disney World Park Rangers. They bring everyone in.
So, Ted, give me your final prediction. Who's going to be Universal Champion going to WrestleMania?
Going into WrestleMania, Bill Goldberg.
I don't know why, but Brock Lesnar is coming. No, it's going to be Bill Goldberg.
And that's going into Mania, right?
Yes, not leaving.
Okay.
Now, what were you talking about earlier? What do you want to close the show?
What I want to close the show is the traditional, what they've done in the past. The winner of the Royal Rumble goes on to face the title holder. Hold on, let me switch that. What I want to close the show is the traditional, what I thought was the rule book.
Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Is that what you're talking about? You want that to close?
You know what? We might as well, because if Goldberg and Lesnar close the show, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal would probably be more exciting.
I think so.
But no, I want Randy Orton to close the show, and I know he's in a little bit of a bind here because he doesn't want to face his best friend in Bray Wyatt.
His best friend in the whole wide world.
We're gonna have it's just opposite booking from Raw.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but on a serious note,
First of all, I know you said on a serious note, but I'm going to make a joke. I want to see Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt have a celebration of friendship.
I couldn't think of what it was called. I just saw the highlights of it. That'd be amazing. With like a it's the TV screen's already broken because it's Bray Wyatt. Yeah. Okay, seriously though, I want Randy Orton. I know he doesn't want to face Bray, but I think it's still going to happen because somehow Luke Harper's going to end up getting in this match. Which that Battle Royal is tonight, correct? Or has that already happened?
It has not happened, but by the time this is up, it will have already happened. And this is the wonderful thing about the 5 week out booking that we have right now.
We'll get to it next week.
Yeah, next week we're just going to talk about it. We're going to look back and be like, wow, we were so wrong.
So honestly, I'm going to make a prediction for tonight and say Luke Harper wins this Battle Royal, forcing Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt, and then Randy Orton's going to throw himself in this match.
You hit it right on the nail. That is exactly what's going to happen.
And we're going to have a triple threat like we did at WrestleMania 30.
Yep. WrestleMania 24 as well. The last time that they were in Orlando for WrestleMania.
Wow, look at you with your knowledge. Who was it?
It was John Cena, Triple H, and Randy Orton.
Wow.
And you know who won?
I don't.
Randy Orton.
I was going to say Randy Orton. But I don't. Oh, well, you know what? We'll get to that when we actually do WrestleMania predictions. But yeah, I think a Wyatt family like triple threat would be actually like kind of cool.
I think it would be cool, but I don't see it closing the show. I don't think that would close the show.
I don't think it does either because of Bill and Brock.
Especially if that's for the championship. If that's for the championship, bar none. Unless...
It's just not the rules, WWE. I'm going to write a strongly worded letter.
If you win the Royal Rumble, you have to main event WrestleMania.
Howard Finkel always used to say that in his intros.
Even Lillian Garcia and JoJo, they would always be like, yeah, going on the main event of WrestleMania.
And that one guy with the cool hair that got fired.
Mike Adamle?
No, the announcer. What was his name? Justin Roberts.
Oh, man. Did he get fired?
I think so. Or released.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Let's just make up a story that he, like, punched someone.
So we have the two... I was just going to go right off the...
He took fat burner pills.
Yeah. I was just going to sidestep that and go right on. But you were just going to say, let's make up a story about how Justin Roberts just punched someone. Someone made a racist remark to him and he slapped him. But Ted, we talked about the two world championships on either brand. Let's talk about the real championship. And that's Big Show versus Shaq. Is that going to happen?
I thought last night they would at least bring Shaq out and do something because if this is the match, I would like a little bit of a booking. It's going to be like the week before, hey, I'm Shaq, you want to fight? Like, that's what's going to happen, right?
I'm pretty sure because I feel like at this point they would have at least had something. They haven't had anything since WrestleMania last year.
They might as well just play basketball against each other at this point. Like, what are we doing?
You know what? Big Show played college hoops. I think he could withstand
Paul Wright
himself.
versus Shaquille O'Neal.
And you know what? Big Show's looking really good nowadays. I think I'd like to see that.
Respect to the Big Show. I used to not like that man, but I'm giving him some respect.
So, for real though, Big Show Shaq, do you see it happening? Do you care if it happens or not?
I mean, it would be cool for it to happen. Shaq's from Orlando. I want him to come out in his rookie jersey.
I know you said that earlier, but I think he's just going to be wearing that tap out stuff.
I mean, it would be, yeah, probably.
Also, do you like how wrong we were when we said that Shaq was going to be in the Royal Rumble and then he just wasn't?
I don't understand why he wasn't. It would make, there's no booking here. WWE, WrestleMania, where we don't book.
First of all, Ted, are we the only ones in the world who want Shaq versus Big Show at WrestleMania?
You know what, probably.
I think so.
It just gives, first off, he gives something Big Show to do. And Shaq's I used to love Shaq on the Lakers.
So, Ted, the past couple of years, they've been having multi-man ladder matches, specifically 7-man ladder matches at WrestleMania. Past 2 years, it's been for the Intercontinental Championship. Do you see that ladder match returning this year?
I see it returning, but for the Cruiserweight title.
I have that written down that there are 3 titles, really, that it could be for. Anyone that I've talked to...
Oh, yeah, the mid-card.
Okay, whatever. Shut up. Get out of here, nerd. No, but...
The UK title.
Everyone that... Wow, imagine that. No, everyone that I've talked to, they all want the Cruiserweights to be in the ladder match. But you know what? I'm not for that. I have other plans for the Cruiserweights. Mainly just 2 Cruiserweights. Neville versus Austin Aries for the championship.
Oh, yeah, you know what? As soon as you said that, I knew where you're going with it.
I think that is the match at WrestleMania. And I'd like
Is he going to be healed by then?
I think he's already cleared. He's just on commentary just to start the feud with Neville. That's what. But having the greatest man that ever lived
is he also a commentator on 205?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
I never watched it ever, but I think that the only title that it can really stay with is the Intercontinental Championship, and that gives the entire mid card of SmackDown something to do. And if we want to talk about Kalisto and Apollo Crews, hey, let's throw them on the card.
Yeah, that makes sense. If Dean keeps it going to WrestleMania, he's like the ladder guy right now.
And you know what? Having him win that match, well, who would even be in it? Who's the mid card of SmackDown? Baron Corbin, Dean Ambrose, Miz,
Corbin, Ambrose,
Ziggler, Miz, and then the 2 jobbers.
The rumor mill has Miz on other things. If you notice that.
I haven't heard anything about that. What do you have? What do you hear?
Oh, you're gonna be disappointed.
Oh, Miz and Maurice versus John Cena and Nikki Bella.
Yeah, how big of a waste of time is that?
Oh, I don't like that at all. But
isn't it because Nikki's retiring?
I think so. I'd much rather prefer Cena
Nikki
versus...
Bella is gorgeous. First off, that's just Maurice is gorgeous. You know, I don't want them fighting each other. Let's not do that. Okay.
First of all, WrestleMania. I'm acting.
Listen,
or
I
I'm talking
get
to
WrestleMania is like 13 hours. You got to start it the night before. You have to put it on. You have to put it on at midnight the night before, just to like watch like Undertaker's entrance.
It's like Wrestle Kingdom. We have to wake up at 3 just to watch it.
You know what? Let's. I don't know, man. The mid card is so thin over there.
On SmackDown?
Yeah.
I much rather would just see John Cena versus The Miz, but
Yeah.
if we're going to talk about what I'd rather have John Cena be doing, why isn't he with The Undertaker right now?
Why is he not tearing the house down with AJ?
We've seen AJ a million times.
Those two together, though, are flawed. I swear. AJ's like the new CM Punk. And, like, because him and Punk and Cena had some of my favorite matches. I'm serious. Stop that, huh? Money in the Bank 2011?
Yeah, one great match, and what kind of career did he have?
One from Raw 1000.
Okay, 2 great matches, and how long was CM Punk's career? Exactly, he's trash.
Oh,
AJ
boy.
Styles, infinitely greater.
I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying this is an argument of who's better. I just would love to see AJ and John Cena main event WrestleMania.
What main event? Listen,
you're not saying that wouldn't be a great main event.
It would. It would be best 7 stars if I'm throwing that out there.
Yeah, from Papa Meltzer.
But I don't see that happening. But what I do see happening is something that's going to disappoint, I think, us all. That's going to be AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I hope that starts the build tonight because it's not happened yet.
Where's this? Yeah.
Where's the builds at? It has to start tonight, right? We're 5 weeks out.
I think so. And you know what? If it doesn't happen tonight, next week we're going to be like, hey, it's got to start.
They're going to put AJ in the Andre. If they don't start the build tonight, then they're just going to throw him in the Andre Memorial.
I don't know about that. Oh, Andre the Memorial. When are they going to start talking about that?
No,
Dude.
That's not something they talk about. It's just like this, and this guy have entered themselves in. And they're just like, well, we didn't even know if there was going to be one. But it's like Mojo Rawley has declared himself an entrant.
Mojo Rawley. He's also a big talking point going into WrestleMania. Who's he going to face?
Doesn't matter.
It was mostly a joke. I'm sorry. Mojo Rawley, you're never going to have a single...
Hold on. Pause. That's what they should do. Do we care? I mean, we care. You and I care about Big Show and Shaq.
Well,
they should just do Mojo Gronkowski.
No, Gronk is too good for Mojo.
They're best friends.
I also don't want Gronk to get injured. He needs to...
Oh, I want him to like get 3 concussions in a match.
Wow, that's just...
Mojo cuts him the hard way.
Speaking of concussions, well, not really concussions, but injuries, what is Finn Balor doing?
Another valid point. Again, I thought he was going to come back. He's apparently scheduled for house shows like the 10th of March. So
it's way too late. That is way too late. Well, I guess not. That's the full 3 weeks.
I think he's that would technically mean he's sort of kind of cleared if they're booking him on things already.
Yeah.
So I mean, you don't book someone in the future, or like if they're not cleared, like they have to be ready. So I thought he was going to show up yesterday.
I mean, house shows are always subject to change, so we can't really take house shows into it.
Right. It's just the rumor mill, I guess.
Right. What do you see him doing?
What I want to happen, and I think I've mentioned this to you before,
mm-hmm.
I want like I mean, we only have 5 weeks to do this. It would have been nicer for them to start earlier. But you have like a power struggle between each show on who's better.
And you're going
sort
with
of
AJ
thing.
and Finn.
And AJ and Finn, yeah. And
no,
they would put their top guys on.
Maybe SummerSlam this year. Maybe
and
SummerSlam.
AJ would be like, I'm the face that runs the place because he's not the champ anymore. And then
no,
Finn
he's still the camp that runs the champ.
The counselor that runs the camp.
Wow.
That's the new camp counselor gimmick.
He starts coming out with badges and
like baggy cargo shorts.
Dude, like we were waiting for WWE to ruin AJ Styles, and then they just waited a full year, gave him the best run of his life, made everyone fall in love with him, and then they're just gonna ruin him now.
Yeah, turn him into a camp counselor.
Yep.
But no, I thought that would be cool if they did like a power struggle, and then they said, well, let's just put one of your top guys versus one of our top guys, and then Shane's like, fine, and here you can take we'll throw AJ in there because he's one of our top guys. And then Stephanie's like, well, fine, then we'll throw in this guy. And then Finn like does his cool entrance, and you get an AJ Finn match. I'm just trying to find a way to put AJ and Finn together.
I don't think that's gonna ever happen. It just wouldn't make sense because Shane's a face. He wouldn't throw a heel out there. He'd take.
Yeah, but if you're trying to show your supremacy,
you would throw John Cena out there.
Not if he's already booked with The Miz.
All right, so we talk about John Cena. We talk about AJ Styles. We talk about
What do you think?
McMahon.
What do you think Finn's got?
Finn?
Yeah.
Depending on whether Rollins or Triple H happens, I think he...
Let's get into that for a second. What's Triple H doing right now? Is he making a faction?
No, he's not. He's gonna...
Are we sure? Because it kind of looks like a faction.
Between who?
Him, Joe, and Kevin.
He hasn't really had a thing with Kevin in a while, though. Like, any interactions at all, actually.
But he's the one who got him here.
Yeah. And
I want Bobby Roode to show up next. Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Owens. That's something. But getting back to it, what do you think Triple H Rollins goes, or do you think they go with Triple H Joe?
First of all, I would love Seth Rollins versus Triple H. That is my match. I want that to main event WrestleMania.
We've been waiting that. Not just but we as a group of
No,
wrestling fans.
just me and you, Ted. Yeah. And Seth Rollins, he missed last year's WrestleMania. If he misses this one, I'm gonna cry.
Is he? Is he the worst member of the Shield?
No, Dean Ambrose, easily. Ambrose sucks. He's the worst.
Does he though? Yeah. He kind of sucks.
No, he's the worst. He's literally the runt of the. He's got kind of a little ginger in his beard. He's the redheaded stepchild.
See, that being said, how is he with Renee Young?
Okay, sidestepping that. unless Ambrose is fighting Renee Young at WrestleMania,
you can't just sidestep that, Verge. It doesn't make sense.
But Triple H versus Finn Balor, I think that's a good match.
Wait, how does that get booked?
You know what? They got 5 weeks.
and we don't even know if Finn's alive.
And it really wouldn't make sense because Rollins is the one who injured Finn.
Finn and AJ is the match, Verge.
It's
I'm
not.
telling you,
It's not. I think Finn just might not wrestle anymore ever.
Wow.
They might just put him on commentary and then be like, "Oh man, that was a bad decision."
Could you imagine?
What if he works that what is it? That
Subway.
Sling? No. Okay, that's a
Making
different thing.
Sandwiches.
He works in catering. No, what if he wears that what is it? That sling? Shoulder sling?
Yeah.
And then one day he's just he takes it off and hits someone with the sling blade. And that's
what?
That's his new thing.
That's the gimmick. He's a demon. He shouldn't be injured. He gets his powers from the underworld.
Speaking of the underworld, what do you think the Undertaker's going to do?
He's got the big dog, right?
Not officially and not ever, hopefully. I'm hoping that, if Cena and The Miz happens...
I'm sorry, Verge, but is Undertaker Roman Reigns not Undertaker John Cena, essentially?
No, because Roman Reigns has hair and John Cena doesn't. Duh.
He's not bald.
Debatable. But...
Wabadoo!
I think the Undertaker versus Roman Reigns match, that's cool. I don't want that,
I'm all for it, honestly.
No, I don't want that. Unless... Okay, I'm going to sound like such a smark, and I felt like such a mark just saying smark. But having Roman turn heel at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
No, at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Going into it with him being a face, being like, oh yeah, well I'm the guy, or something like that. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a dead guy.
I'm not a dead guy. That's perfect.
I'm just the guy.
This is my yard.
Having Roman cheat to win, Eddie Guerrero style, at WrestleMania. I would just love the idea
What if he
of
gets
Roman
out like
throwing
brass?
the chair.
Can we agree on Roman? Can we agree on Roman needs to change his attire?
No, that's the best thing about him.
What?
Yeah,
I'm so over. He's like that ex-girlfriend that just can't move on. He's like,
what, Ted?
he wakes up every day. He's like, I just got to put this vest on. Maybe one day we'll be back together again. Like that's what he does.
And that's
yes,
not.
It is.
Okay, Ted.
Put on the trunks like you did in NXT and be Leaki again. You know, he would be more over as Leaki than he is as Roman Reigns.
What if they repackaged him?
As Leaki.
Is it way too late for him to be repackaged?
What if he gets a concussion? All right. What Okay, here we go. Let's book it. Let's say the Undertaker. He's not in the best shape. He's in a sort of an old man shape.
Yep. If that shape was a.
And let's say he's doing the old school, right? He goes up,
Okay.
and when he comes down, he clocks Roman in the head real hard.
First
Puts
of all,
Roman into a concussion.
why does the Undertaker's shape have to do with him just messing up a move?
Because he's old. He's fragile. He's not.
Okay.
He's not all there. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Gives Roman a concussion. Roman he falls down. The ref realizes what happens. Calls the match. Okay. The next
Wait,
next night on
Is that
Raw.
a DQ? Is that a DQ?
No, it just ends in a draw. The next night on Raw, you have like the video packages of like people going to visit Roman in the hospital with a concussion. The next week on Raw, he wakes up out of his concussion and becomes Leaki. He forgets his past. He's a new guy, and he's the face of the company as Leaki. He wears the wears the same attire as The Rock. He has the people's elbow.
Oh boy.
He has the elbow pad. They paint on an eyebrow if he can't do the eyebrow thing.
Okay, I was all on board, and then I was super on board. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
painting
great
him as The
booking.
Rock. That's the best.
I just getting back to WrestleMania and all jokes aside, is that just the best thing for Roman right now? We don't want to see him in a title match because that's happened the past 2 years.
I don't know, Ted.
I mean,
I really. How close is he to 205? Can he cut some weight?
Yeah, I'm sure he. Honestly, it's Roman Reigns. The rules don't apply. I mean,
Coming and weighing in at 204 pounds.
do we want to see him? We don't want to see him in a title match. That's been done. I mean, I love Roman Reigns. I just don't want to see him in another title match.
I don't.
Part of you likes Roman Reigns.
Nope.
Why don't you like him?
His face. I'm jealous.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair. I don't know.
I feel like that's why the WWE thinks that the fans hate him. They're like, oh, they're just jealous of his natural good looks.
His beard and his long, beautiful, luscious hair and his ripped body. Like, and his Samoan heritage. That's why I'm jealous of him, because he's Samoan. I wish I was Samoan.
I don't. But
you don't. Samoans are blessed with athletic ability. You could be a part of the Usos family, and I love me some Usos.
Man, let me tell you something about the Usos. They're wonderful.
They're thugs. That's what they are.
So Ted, we talked about tag teams. We talked about.
We didn't really talk much about tag teams.
We just talked about the Usos.
Fair.
We talked about both world championships. We talked about Finn. We talked about Roman. What do you think is going to happen with the Raw women?
That sigh sort of said it all. Part of me just doesn't care about the women anymore. This belt has been. Charlotte refuses to lose on pay-per-views. Bayley cheats to win.
Yeah, she does.
Sasha Banks is on crutches, and now she's not on crutches. I just can't figure it out, Verge. There's a belt here one week. There's a belt here the next. Pay-per-views, and so I don't know. I don't know. I want Bayley to walk out as champion, but now she's champion now. So I want Charlotte to walk out as champion.
Okay, well, you say she's champion now, so that means she's going to be champion at WrestleMania. There's going to be like 5 title changes between now and WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah, we got 5 weeks to flip it.
Charlotte's going to go in as champion. I think it's going to be a triple threat match. Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte. And I think Sasha is going to finally...
throw Nia in there too.
No, she's going to be on the pre-show, if that. She might be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, but
they have to put her in if they're trying to build her.
No, I don't care. Okay, I want this triple threat match: Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte.
Yeah, that's what we all
Sasha
want.
Is winning,
but Nia's Charlotte can't heal it up forever.
Listen, in 5 weeks, yes, she can. In 5 weeks.
Listen, I love Charlotte.
That's when Sasha.
I hate
turns...
Ric Flair, but I love Charlotte.
Whatever.
And she can't heal it up forever.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's why we got to have Sasha win, start a heel turn. That way the boss can be big.
You know what? That's fair. Her destroying Bayley.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I think Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, that's the match. That's not as good as Bayley, Becky, and I mean, that might as well be.
Becky Lynch isn't on
name.
Raw.
Yeah, I know, but she used to be. But I think this triple threat isn't as good as last year's triple threat, but match-wise, it'll be better.
What
if
was
that
last
makes
year's
sense.
triple threat?
Everyone except for Bayley, and switch out Bayley and Becky Lynch.
Oh, that's right. Wow, I forgot about that.
I somehow think this match will be better, but on
do
paper, it's not
do they
as
do
good.
2 triple threats in a row?
Yes, I think they do.
Okay. I mean, that's the match I'd like to see. I just don't see it happening. I just see them I don't want them to put Nia in. I just think that happens.
Give me your final thoughts about WrestleMania 33 because we are 5 weeks out. We're going to drill that term into everyone's head, the blank weeks out. Next week, we're going to be 4 weeks out. The week after, 3 weeks out. Ted, what do you think of WrestleMania right now, 5 weeks out?
There's no builds. I mean, they have builds. It's just builds that aren't meaningful, I guess. I mean, I guess the only meaningful...
Goldberg. Brock Lesnar.
That's only been built for, 1 to 2 weeks, right?
I mean, since before Survivor Series.
No, I mean...
if you want to talk about build, since 2004.
I guess.
And if even before that, Survivor Series of 2003.
But honestly, though,
This is
in
over
all
10 years
reality,
old.
Brock has just accepted, right? Or Goldberg one of them just accepted like 2 weeks ago. And,
I think Brock accepted.
and that isn't even...
Yeah.
And as of now, it's not even for the title. But we all know what's going to happen here in a few weeks.
Yep.
The only
then when we're 3 weeks out, we're going to be like, well,
here it is.
We knew it, yeah.
The only real meaningful build to me is Owens and Jericho.
I love that. I'm so excited.
And the Wyatts. 'Cause that's been
Okay.
that's been building for a while too. I mean, they won tag champs in December.
As.
But as far as my final thoughts, I'm nervous. I'm nervous for it. That's for sure.
Yep. And nervous, that's one word. If you had to give me another word, what is one word that describes the way you feel about WrestleMania so far, 5 weeks out?
Scared.
Scared. Okay, I agree.
Terrified is also another one.
I think we're in a better position now than we were last year. So I have full faith that everyone is going to be hopefully healthy and it's going to be a good show.
I mean, they have to have a good show. There's no option. Wrestle Kingdom blew it away this year, and that's Wrestle Kingdom is the standard, and they're not gonna beat the standard.
And you know what? Bound for Glory was pretty good too. So they need.
What's a TNA?
What's a TNA? Hey Ted, we are 5 weeks out. Why don't you take us out?
We are 5 weeks out from WrestleMania, and honestly, we have no idea where this could go. So this was the SpotFest. I'm Ted. And that was Verge. Verge, any final words from you?
Hey, you're trying to get that out of me. But Ted.
Verge.
I like that silence right there. But I will never be your Pat Patterson.
I know.